This is Bobby. He's 54 years old and he experienced a right hemisphere stroke. So currently he has deficits with less hemispatial processing as well as short-term memory retention and recall. The long-term goals that we're working on is that he will independently use compensatory memory strategies to facilitate recall for functional memory tasks, and that he will independently incorporate visual scanning into everyday activities. Our two short-term goals: I want him to recall 3 unrelated words in a sequence after a short delay using internal compensatory strategies. And the second one, using self-cueing, I want him to utilize scanning techniques to attend to stimuli in both visual fields. Okay, hi Bobby, how are you doing today?
Okay, my left arm's still a little weak.
Oh yeah, well it seems to be getting better from what I've heard from the physical therapist. So hopefully we'll just keep working with her and you'll continue to see some gains in your strength and function.
Okay.
Okay, you ready to do a few things today?
Sure.
Okay, so remember we were talking about how you were having trouble remembering things after a short delay last week?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good. Well, I want you to do a little activity with me, and I'm going to have you recall 3 different items in a sequence that are unrelated, okay? And I'm going to give you a few techniques to try and remember them, and then I'm going to ask you about them later.
Okay.
Okay? So our first item, we have a phone. The phone is something you use to call your friends and family. We have a quarter. It's a coin that you use to buy penny candy. And we have a screwdriver that I'm sure you've used many of times to fix things around the house. Okay? So I want you to think about their function and also visualize them in that order: phone, quarter, and screwdriver. And try and visualize them, and then I'm going to ask you about them later. So let me know when you think you've got a good visual aid.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, next, I want to work on having you use your eyes to scan all the way to the left. Remember, we said you had some problems with attending to items to the left side of you and to the left field of your vision. So I have a few techniques that I want to do. First, I want to use this light, and you can use your right hand to trace along with the light if you'd like. It's up to you. Do you mind taking your hand back? All right. Let me pull you out just a little bit, okay?
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to shine this light starting on this corner, and I want you to use your eyes, and if you'd like, your finger, to follow the light all the way until you reach the edge of the table where I've placed a piece of yellow tape, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start here. Follow along. Okay, now remember, you want to look all the way to the left until you find the the yellow piece of tape at the edge of the table. So tell yourself to look to the left, continue to follow it, and let me know when you get to the edge of that table.
Got it.
Good. All right. Let's try it with a few different other items. Okay. I have this newspaper. I know how much you like to read the sports. So again, I'm going to start at the right corner of this, and I want you to follow along with the light, and you can use your finger if you'd like, and I want you to go all the way until you see the edge where I've placed the yellow tape.
Oh.
Good.
Got it.
See? You looked all the way to the left. Very good. Let's try one more thing. Okay. Got this tray. Now, as you can see, I've got some pieces of yellow tape. That means that's the middle of the tray. But I want you to, again, start at this side and follow along. Try not using your finger. Try just using the light and following along. Okay, and then we're going to get to the middle, and then keep going until you get to the other piece of tape. Now remember, look to the left. Very good. Okay, now I want to go back to that first task. I want you to try and remember those 3 items in the sequence that we talked about earlier. Now try and visualize them.
Okay.
All right, what were those 3 items?
Phone. Coin. Quarter. And some kind of tool or something. Spoon.
You were very close, and you were on track with the spoon. Let me go ahead and show you those again one more time. We've got phone. Coin, which was a quarter. And you were right with the tool, but it wasn't a tool for eating, it was a tool for fixing. So we've got screwdriver.
Oh, screwdriver.
Okay, so let's try and visualize those one more time.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to ask you about those in a little bit again.
Okay.
Okay, so back to your attending to things on the left side. So I have another activity. I've got our tray again. I'm going to put this in front of you. And so I remember I had a conversation with your nurse the other day, and she said you were a little upset because you didn't get your dessert.
I didn't get my Twinkies.
Twinkies? You know those are bad for you.
I wanted Twinkies.
Oh, well, maybe if you are good and continue to work hard, we'll see if we can find you some Twinkies around the hospital. All right? Well, so I want to work on something. So I'm going to take 6 items, and I'm going to name them, and I'm going to have you also watch me put them on the tray, okay? So we have an apple. Well, I'll put them on the tray in a little bit, okay? So we have an apple. We have yogurt. Salt. I know you really love your salt. Spoon. Cup. And last but not least, your favorite cheese pizza. Okay? Now, if you'd like, you can try and visualize all these things. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on the tray, and I'm going to have you find all 6 items, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Do I have to close my eyes?
That's okay. I'll do it over here. You
okay.
I trust you, no peeking, right? Okay. So, now remember, there were 6 items, so I want you to, as you grab each item, name them, and see if you're missing any.
Cup.
Very good.
Apple.
Very good.
Cheese.
Good. Cheese pizza.
Oh, cheese pizza.
Yep.
Weren't there more?
There were. How many were there? Do you remember? There were...
Oh, there's more than 3.
There were 6. All right, so why don't we try using one of our techniques, remember? Let's see. What do we need to do? We need to...
Oh, look to the left.
Look to the left. Very good.
Oh, okay.
And you can trace it until you see this.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Salt. Yogurt. It's not the screwdriver, it's the spoon.
Very good.
Still no Twinkies.
Still no Twinkies? Well, here, I've got something even more challenging for you. I'm going to mix this up a bit, so no peeking again. All right, I want you to name the items again on the tray. And as you take them off.
Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yogurt. Oh, cheese.
Good. Cheese pizza.
Cup. And salt.
Very good. Now, here comes the tricky part. Can you recall those 3 items that we talked about before? Visualize if you need to.
Phone. Coin. And screwdriver.
And let's check to see if you're right by looking to the...
Oh, phone, quarter, screwdriver.
Very good. Now, you did a very good job. I had a fun idea. I was talking to your wife. Now, I know that you used to be a wedding announcer before the stroke.
Or DJ.
A DJ. Oh, I got that wrong. So, I thought of something a little fun that we could do, because sometimes it might be hard to use the remember to look to the left since you're having some problems with your memory, right? So, I thought that we could use this ribbon to symbolize a wedding ring, and your wife said she would go along with this. We could, instead of using your left hand, we can put this on your right hand. Okay, so this will be your wedding ring. And I heard one of your favorite songs when you would announce them for DJing was... Do you remember that song?
I love that song.
All right. Well, maybe when you see this ribbon, you can look down and think in your head. All right.
Okay.
So instead of having to tell yourself, maybe that could be a visual reminder to look to the left. And so then when you're watching TV or you're eating your meal on your tray, you can look all the way to the left. Make sure you get those Twinkies on there or whatever other dessert it may be. Same thing with the newspaper, anything else you want to do. And I also wanted to say, you did really good with the 3 different items. Remembering that could be very helpful for if you say you need to go to the grocery store and you need to pick up 3 items. So say you need to get milk, sugar, and butter. Try visualizing them or maybe talking about the function in your head, and use that, and that might help you to use that in other everyday tasks. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so we'll follow up with this. Your wife thought that was such a funny idea, so...
I love that song. You know that, don't you?
I do. So we'll see if that works, okay? And
Okay.
we'll talk more next week, but you did a really nice job.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, bye.
She wasn't recording it. I don't